Hey y'all, this is Laurie with Laurie Resilient Crafting. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this marvelous Monday? Marvelous Monday. How you doing? Welcome. We are in the Hen House and Bloom Company event today. Ooh, let me get my chair back up here where it belongs. Where it belongs. Oh, goodness gracious. How y'all doing today? Did y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day? I did. It was very nice. It was quiet. And then we had a drawing at church for a Mother's Day basket. And then we also did one for a Father's Day because the same time Father's Day shows up at the same time we're doing our 50-year anniversary for the church. And so we did drawings for Mother's Day and Father's Day, and they called my name, and I won the basket, and I was tickled. I was so shocked. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Karen. How y'all doing? My sweet friends. How y'all doing today? And let me tell y'all. There's Miss Ollie. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Got me sprinkled? Awesome, Karen. My nose is running. What's new, right? What's new? It always runs. It just always runs. Oh, my goodness. So, happy Monday. Yes, welcome. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you so very much. I'm going to refresh my page, refresh the group page on my laptop. Just make sure that, there I am, oh my goodness, it's the pictures that they catch you in. My mouth is wide open, all the things. All the things, they don't never get a good snap of you. They always get it. It's like, what? Why? But it is okay. So, yes, I was totally shocked, Karen. Totally shocked. And it's one of those, I think it's a 12-quart, I forget the name of it, but it's a real nice brand cooking pot, and it had all kinds of goodies in it. And yes, I was so shocked. I was like, out of all the people that I thought they were going to pull, I never thought they would pull me, And it was a $25 Hobby Lobby card. My husband said that they were planning on giving that to you anyway. I said, I don't think so, but I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful. Hey, Lena Miller, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Okay, we've had a wonderful lineup today. I did get to watch this morning before I had to do some running around. Monday mornings, I'm always out running around doing some stuff. Anyway, and I got to watch Hobby House Crafts by Sherry. And then I went back and I've already replayed with Miss Cheryl, Crafting Fun with Cheryl. I've replayed with Emily's Upcycle Home, and then at 1 o'clock, Orchid Lime Designs, Terry, and then Sunshine Design with Sherry. Unfortunately, Shop Paradise Creations with Miss Karen is not able to join us today. She had a death in the family, so y'all, if you would, please be in prayer for her, because they're having to travel from Florida to Iowa and take care of all the arrangements and all the things. From what I understand, her mother-in-law passed away last night. So everything was just kind of drop and go, so, and we get it, because family's first, always has been and always will be. And we are very thankful for that. So if y'all are prayer warriors, if you would, please just say a prayer for Miss Karen for safe travels, and, to be able to give her the strength for everything that she's going to endure. That's not fun, having to do the funeral and all the stuff, and then all the stuff after the fact. It's just like it all piles up on you. Anyway, hey Joyce, how you doing? Welcome. And Nancy, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? But our theme for today is rustic farmhouse kitchen, or what's in your cupboard, or crafter's choice. And I was like, I had so many things going through my mind. And the one thing that I wanted to do, I can't find it. And I know I got one, but I can't find it. But anyway, so I had to pivot. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? When I was growing up, we didn't buy cheese from the grocery store. My mama or my dad, one, would go to the farm, and they would have these big cheese boxes, and we'd buy it like this in the big cheese box. Now, all I have is a lid on this one. The other one, I have another one over there, but it's not aged up like this one. And I really like the aged up, because you can see it's got water stain in it. It's got dark. It's got somebody put something there and it faded it, and you know, all the things. And that's just mine. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna use an old cheese box lid, and it's natural all wood. Hey Sandra, how you doing? Yes, thank y'all for praying for Karen. It's just a lot to endure, and you know, and I'm sure she would appreciate the prayers. She really and truly would. Now, I did forget to grab something, so let me grab it. It's right behind you. I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'm just behind y'all. I'm behind y'all. Forgot to grab one of these trays so that when I start doing my dry brushing, I got something to work with here. Something to work with. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey Karen, Upcycled Decor by Karen. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me go ahead and see if I can get myself shared into my groups real quick, and then we will get started. And after me is Creations by J&J, which is Miss Joyce. And that's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. At 6 p.m. is the Painted Peach with Mary. At 7 p.m. is the Faded Fence with Tricia. At 8 is Allison's Accents and Decors. And at 9, closing us out, is TLC's Country Creations by Tish. So we still have plenty to see, y'all. Hey, Darlene, how you doing? Hey, Kathy. Hey, girl, hey, how you doing? Yes, praying for all of them. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? Hey, sister. Excuse me, Sherry, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? I kind of had to giggle about your spilling the paint thing, because I've done that. I've done that, and it's not fun, you know, because then and even after you think you got it all cleaned up, in a day or two, somewhere will show up, and you're like, what is that? And it'd be that darn paint. It'll be that paint, right? It will haunt you for days. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and now this lid is a little on the wonky side, but it's okay. It's okay. It's kind of got a little bit of a bow to it, but I'm thinking that once I get things on it, it's going to help straighten it back out. Straighten it back out. So this is what we're going to use, and I've got some mixed up paint here, and this is, darn, Dixie Belle collard green, and then I added, because it was too dark green, I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to be as bright as the fern, but I didn't want it to be as dark as the collard green, if that makes sense. If that makes any sense. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you so much. Hey, Mama Todd, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Hey, Christina. I hope y'all had a wonderful Mother's Day. My son let me know real quick, like, you know, happy Mother's Day, and his mother-in-law came to their house over the weekend, so he ended up spending his weekend with his mother-in-law, his wife, and his mother-in-law, and the kids, and they were supposed to get to come by yesterday afternoon, but never did. Star Page is watching. Well, welcome, welcome. I spelled elephant before, but bright red, I know, right? Hi, Iona, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, Cindy, how you doing, sister? So I mixed the two. It's the Waverly Fern and the Dixie Belle collard greens, and that's the color green that we've got. It's almost a dark moss color. It's not quite as soft as the moss, but it's the green that I'm looking for. And now this is the print that we're going to be using, and I got this print because y'all know I'm in Georgia, right? These prints were put out by Michelle with Michelle's Crafty Crafts, and I love the print, and I thought, well, that's perfect for the kitchen, right? And it's got on the front of it pecans, biscuits and gravies, and peach cobbler. See? And you can just go to her page and you can find it. Find your state, and she's got several of them. She's got the kind of foods for each state that's the most popular. the state bird, the state flower, all the things. And I thought it was really, really, really neat. Hey Sue, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank y'all for being here. So before we get started with the print, I'm going to do a little dry brush with the edges, because in a couple of little areas here on the top and bottom, because I'll show you what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do? We're gonna change it up. We're gonna change it up. So let me grab one of my chippy brushes here. Is this the one that I want? I don't think so. That's the one I want. Y'all have hey Dorothy, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Thank you for being here. So I'm going to take a little bit of this green, because it's not going to take a lot, because like I said, we're just dry brushing. But I have had this since Christmas, and it's fine. As long as you keep it closed, you keep it sealed up, it's going to keep. It's going to keep. So we're using an old cheese box lid. You know, it's even got a hole in it right there. But what we're going to do to it, you're not going to be able to see that. So I'm going to put some paint in my brush, load it up, just kind of like you do with a stencil brush, and then offload it. Just offload it. And all you're doing is actually pushing the paint up into the bristles. Pushing your paint up into the bristles. So I am going to dry brush this green along this edge here. And if you notice in the print, there's lots of green in it. And green is one of my favorite colors. It's my most favorite color. I like pink, but green is just, it's always been my favorite color. And you know, you get those smart alecks that say, yeah, the color green is your favorite because it's the color of money. Really? No, I don't think so. Hey, Glenda O'Farrell, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank y'all for being here. I hope every one of you mamas, whether you've got children or you've helped take care of other people's children, you're a pet mama, you still a mama, you're taking care of them, right? And it's a lot of work being a mama. It is. It really and truly is. You know, there's a lot to it. I messaged my daughter-in-law. I still haven't heard from my daughter. She's doing her own thing these days, and you know, she don't talk to me when she's in that state of mind, because she says I bash her, which I don't. I just tell her the truth, and she just don't want to hear it. That's where it comes down to. So I'm going over this. I'm just doing the little dry brush, not doing a full coat, but I just want to add the green to it to pull out the green in my print. And it's not real pronounced because the backdrop itself is kind of muted anyway. It's kind of muted anyway, which is okay, right? Which is okay. What's y'all's favorite colors? It's okay, Cindy. It's okay. I'm like I said before, I can't dwell on it because I've got to step up, and I've got to be the mama to my grandson, you know. And I messaged her today, and all I said to her was, I love you. And I got back about 45 minutes later, I love you too, Mama. Dealing with this nasty head cold. And she was fine. Thursday or Friday. But every time she goes on one of her binges, she ends up getting sick in some form or fashion. And it's because her immune system is so weakened because of what she's doing that it's just, she can't stay healthy. She can't. Love coral and browns and tans. Ah-ha. Hey, Karen Boyd, how you doing, sweetie? Green is your favorite color, too? Yes, I love green, and I think it's because the reason why I love green is there's so many different shades of it, and God created that color. You know, God created that color. Look at, you know, you ride down the road and you see all the trees and the bushes and the shrubs and all the things. I know, Mama. I know, Mama Todd. I know. It's just, it's really hard. It is. But we got to do what we got to do, and my grandson is my priority. She's grown. She's made her bed. She's lying in it. It's not a good thing at all. But until she's ready for it to change, it's not going to change. So anyway, let's get off that subject, please. So I took me a piece of drop cloth here, and it's just regular old drop cloth. I believe I bought it, a big thing of it, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm still using the same drop cloth that I bought originally when I started going live. And it's been, I started going live, and the first time I started was in February of 2020. So I've been doing this for 6 years on the live. I understand, Karen. Thank you. It's hard. It really is hard, you know, because she is my first baby, and she'll always be my first baby, but I can't support her in what she's doing. I just can't. I cannot. I can't. And I really don't even want to, because, hey, Kimmy, you know, because then she thinks it's okay for her to continue doing what she's doing, and it's not. It's not. So I am going to use the Type Bond Quick and Thick, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a lot on here because it's thick, and it's, you know, I'm working with the drop cloth, so we want to make sure that it's going to go down and stay down. We don't want it to decide to lift up after we get it down there, right? So I'm just going to put bunches on that, and we're going to spread it around. We're going to spread it around. Done got a mess on the side of the bottle. Got a mess on the side of the bottle. You throw that away, or I'll end up with it everywhere for sure. So we're going to just spread out our glue. Spread out our glue. So everybody have a wonderful Mother's Day. Like I said, mine was very nice, very quiet and peaceful, and I was so shocked when they called my name, when they pulled that name for that drawing for the Mother's Day basket. I was like, oh my word, I didn't even expect that, not at all. And my husband was tickled too, because he was like, I sure like to have that pot. And I said, it's a perfect pot for like making a big batch of chili or something like that. And I thought, yeah, buddy, yeah. So I was tickled about that pot. I was. You know, you can tell how when your age changes, how your tastes change in the things that excite you. You know, things that you used to never think. Well, you get excited over a cooking pot. You know, but when you age, you get excited about other things than you did when you were younger. You know, it's funny how that works. Funny how that works. So we're just getting this spread out the best we can. Like I said, it's some thick stuff. It's some thick stuff. But it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I won't have to worry about it coming off or coming undone, no matter whether it's in the heat or not. Because even though this is kind of a kitchen item, it does not have to. If you live in the state of Georgia, you know, you could put this anywhere in your house. Okay, so let's see if we got it on there good. Let me stand up so that I can make sure that I got it on there right. Got it on there right. Let's see. I want that little buckle right there. Let's see. We're going to go up, 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 and away. And if there's any on the edges that I might have missed, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Because it will dry clear. It will dry clear. You got it over there too far, not enough over here. Come on, stretch. Let's stretch. Let's pull it back up. And do it again. Do it again. Come on now. hold on. Hold the phone. Sorry if I'm missing any comments. Sorry. Okay, well, it's going to just do what it wants to do, right? It's just going to do what it wants to do. So we're just going to let it do it. We're just going to let it do it. You can have that. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to fight with you. Okay, so I'm going to take what glue's left on my brush right here and just go down these sides just a little bit. Just so that we know that it's adhered good. I still got lots of glue on my brush. Lots of glue on the brush. I want the fringe to be seen. Okay. And it had wrinkles in it, and I thought, well, I might need to take that apart and iron it. Then I thought, no, you're going to glue it down, silly, and when you glue it down, it's going to pull all them wrinkles out, and it did. It did. Okay. Alright. Let's put that in the water. Put that in the water so it don't ruin the brush. Okay. So this is what we got so far. And now once this glue dries, then I can go back over right through here and do some dry brushing on it just so that it's matches up. I wish they would really fix that issue about not seeing comments on your laptops. You know, not everybody has iPads and all the things, and why they deem it necessary that you can't see the comments on the laptops and the desktops and all that stuff, and just on your phones or tablets. That's really, I want to know who come up with that, because it wasn't a wise idea as far as I'm concerned. But you know, I'm nobody. I don't count. So I'm gonna put that right there. Let me grab another wipe. Grab another wipey. Had to get me some more today, because I was running low. And my husband and my grandson, they got out here in my craft shack and with my Starlink, because I don't know if y'all know anything about Starlink, but the disc, the satellite piece that goes outside, it's just a long oblong triangle, not triangle, it's a rectangle, big board that just lays on the ground. Well, my husband was worried to death that board was going to end up, you know, if we had the wind picked up, it was going to pick it up and take off with it. So him and my grandson decided to mount a little area for it to sit on, so that they could secure it to that, so if a windstorm shows up, that it's not going to blow it away. I said, okay. So they got out here and did that. But now, I wasn't on last week except for last Monday, because I ended up having to have my, you know, you're supposed to do once you turn 50 is have a colonoscopy. Well, I waited till I was 52 to have my colonoscopy, my first one. They got everything taken care of. Back then, he said, we'll see you in 10 years. I said, okay, well, 10 years is boom, it's here. And I was like, what the what? It's already time to do that again. Well, long story short, I told them when I went in for pre-op that I have a very bad reaction to anesthesia. Every time I've had any type of surgeries or procedures that I've had to have any type of anesthesia, whether it was a light amount or a lot, either way, I have a bad reaction to it. Hey, Misty, how you doing? Hey, Sister Robin, how you doing? So I told them this. So they noted it on my chart. Well, they didn't give me anything to take for me to be prepared, you know, nausea patch, and I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but I still have one on. But I had told them that I needed to have that because I get deathly sick from anesthesia every time. Every time I've had any type of procedure that they've had to use anesthesia, I get deathly sick from it. It's like I'm allergic to it or something, but it just does not agree with me. Well, we go in Thursday morning for my procedure to be done, and the anesthesiologist comes in and he said, we're going to do such and such. I said, I don't have a nausea patch on my neck. Why? He said, well, this is a different kind of anesthesia. He said, it's not going to affect you like the other kind when you would have a bigger procedure done. This stuff, it only lasts in your system 8 to 10 minutes, and then it gets out of your system. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, you're not going to have no problem. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. Okay, you know, you say what you want to say, but I got a feeling that this isn't going to be good. Well, they got in there and they found several, as in 4 or 5, very large polyps, which I was glad that, you know, I was able to have the procedure done to get rid of them, because, you know, that's precautionary to the stages of a cancer growing. And I lost my dad from colon cancer, which is where his cancer started. Hey, Doodle Denise Designs. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? I loved your pan this morning. I did. Okay, so this is I went ahead and used my tearing tool, and it's got the jagged edges. I used the tearing tool for this print. And now we're going to, what are we going to use? We're going to use, I think I'm going to use Mod Podge fabric Mod Podge. And the only difference in this and the regular Mod Podge, it's really, really thick. Really thick, so it'll absorb into the fabric that we're using. But anyway, to make a long story short, when I came to for recovery, within minutes of me coming to, I came to vomiting. And it was the anesthesia. And the anesthesiologist, he came in and he was like, I've never seen anybody do this with this anesthesia. It just floors me. I'm like, I told you. Where do you not think that you know my body better than I know my body? You don't. Just because you have a degree does not mean that you know more about me than I know about me. And I told you. Well, they ended up giving me 6 or 7 different types of anti-nausea medicine, including the nausea patch, to get me my stomach to calm down enough and be able to not vomit. I was so upset because, you know, it just makes me angry that they seem to think that they know your body better than you do, right? Yes. It's not fun. Hey, Dolores. So, you know, and I told them, I said, with my father lost my father this year because of colon cancer, but my father was an anti-doctor. He didn't want to do doctors. He was like that my entire life. He didn't like going to the doctor. He didn't go to the doctor. And he waited till he was 68 before he went to have his very first colonoscopy. And by then, it was because he was having difficulties and he was in pain, and he didn't know why. So his wife, my stepmother, talked him into going to an oncologist and, you know, having a colonoscopy done. Well, when they did, they found the cancer. And if he had done his colonoscopy like he was supposed to do when he turned 50, instead of being hard-headed, you know, they may have been able to prevent it. But, you know, again, he's an adult. He makes his own choices. Sometimes they're not always good for you. You know, you may feel like they are at the time, but they're not. So, but anyway, I ended up being sick. And now they told me that anesthesia would be out of my system in 8 to 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. I'm still nauseous. If I still didn't have this nausea patch on, I'd still be sick. That's how bad it affects me. That's how bad it affects me. But, you know, and I understand they got to use it, but, you know, if they had given me the patch Monday in my pre-op, it probably wouldn't have been near as bad as it was, because that was his big thing is, well, it wouldn't matter if we put that patch on you now or not, because it takes 6 to 8 hours to even start working. Well, if you had given it to me Monday and my procedure was on Thursday, it'd have been in my system good enough to stop all that, right? So the procedure that was supposed to take approximately 3 hours, you know, that's going in, prepping, having the procedure, recovery, the whole 9 yards, was supposed to be only about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. We were in that at the hospital for 6.5 hours. And then I came home, that was Thursday night, and then I came home and I couldn't hold nothing down. I still could not hold nothing down. And finally, Saturday morning, 2 days later, you know, and all I did was sleep. That's all I did was sleep. And I'm thinking, and you're trying to tell me this stuff gets out of your system in 8 to 10 minutes? And it's still bothering me? Yeah. So, I was a little bit perturbed, to say the least. My husband was worried sick. Okay, let's get our print in the middle the best we can. Let's pull you back over here. We're going to lay her down and rub her in. It looks like of course, I put my brush in the water, right? Got one little spot over here that's wanting to be persnickety. Want to be a little persnickety. I have been so nauseous for several weeks with my antibody infusions. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I told my husband a while ago, I said, you know, I'm kind of glad I still haven't taken that patch off. He said, why? I said, because I've been nauseous off and on today, all day. And, you know, and if I still didn't have this patch on, I'd still be sick. And, being sick like that, especially after you've had a procedure, is not fun. You know, it's just not. It's being sick, like that kind of sick, vomiting, it's just not fun. Nothing fun about it at all. All right, pretty sure we got it all down pretty good. Let me make sure, get this lid back on. Isn't it though? It is. It's like, just stop. But Saturday morning, my husband said, is there anything you think you might be able to eat? Because I tried saltine crackers. I tried just little bitty sips of water, and I hold it down for about an hour, and that would be it, and it would start all over again. And he was getting worried. He was like, we're fitting to take you back to the ER. I'm like, no, they're not going to do nothing. So I ended up taking some Pepsid is what I ended up taking, and it's the only thing that calmed it down enough that I was finally, woo, we got 27 eyeballs, awesome sauce. I was finally able to, Saturday morning, he asked me, he said, what do you want? Anything you want, and I'll get it. And I said, I don't know. Well, I got to thinking about it, and I said, you know what would be really good? And he said, what? I said, I want a scrambled egg. Just a plain old scrambled egg. Nothing fancy, just a scrambled egg with salt and salt only. And I was craving the salt. I guess it was because I was so dehydrated that I was craving salt. Okay, let's get this little edge right here back to being the color it's supposed to be. Because I didn't go far enough, and then when I took the baby wipe, it wiped some of it off. So let's put it back on. But yeah, so needless to say, I had a rough go this past week. It was not fun, and it's still fairly weak. Not as weak as I was, but I'm still And I told my grandson, because I had to go to town and do some running around, go to the grocery store, because I was unable to go to the grocery store and do any shopping Friday. So I had to go to the grocery store today. And I told him, I said, I'm sorry it took me so long. He was like, I was beginning to get worried about you, Mimi. And I was like, don't you worry. I said, if it had gotten bad, I promise you, I would have let you know. But yeah, it took me what would usually take me 45 minutes. It was an hour and a half because I had to go really slow and then stop and breathe because I could feel it getting, my stomach just in knots. And I was like, oh my word, please stop. So this is what we got so far. So far, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. You see that print? It's got all those yummies on there. The pecans and the peach cobbler, and then the biscuits and gravy. Woo, good southern food. That's some good southern food. Thank you, Mama. Barbara, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Ange, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Hey, Trisha, how you doing? Thank y'all for being here. Again, up after me is Creations by J&J with Miss Joyce. So y'all make sure that you're in the group. That way you don't have to hunt nobody. You can just go in there and just refresh your page when we're done with one presenter, and the other one will be on it right after that. And you can just find them that way, and that way you don't play hide and go seek trying to find everybody. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this one little piece over here. It's way longer than the other pieces, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Alright, now we are going to use some of the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in the color brown. Because you know me, I'm not going to leave it alone. I'm not going to leave it alone. We're going to dirty it up. And let's see. Well, we need a paper towel, Laurie. Need a paper towel. But I just took it really, really slow, and I still haven't got my appetite back fully, but it'll show back up. It'll show back up. I'm not worried about that. I like food too much to worry about that. I do. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Just bring it out just a little bit more. You can see how wobbly it is. But if you hang it up on the wall, it's not going to show how bowed it is. Let's see. And I might take a paint stick and glue it down just to get it to straighten out, and it won't curl like it is. But it's okay. I like the rustic look of it. You know, it's authentic. I'm liking it. I like it. So I'm just dirtying up the edges here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Magnolia. Madison Creations. Hey, Karen. I love how y'all chit-chat together. I do. Yeah, my laptop, the last comment was 37 minutes ago. 37 minutes ago, that's pretty much when we first started, right? That's the last comment that's on my laptop. I have to go out and come back in to get it to do anything. If it would do anything then. So I just took this drop cloth, and where I tore it to get it to the size I want it, then I just took my little gator sander and just kind of brushed over the edges until it started fraying. And it kept fraying it till I got it to the way I wanted it. Yes, we sure do, Ollie. Yes, we sure do. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Hey, Cheryl King. How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. I know some had a really hard Mother's Day because, you know, they're missing their mama. I did got to talk to my mama. She was in very good spirits. She was having a really good day. And I said, Mama, why is it today any different? And she said, you know why? Because my sister, where they have their house at, their the division, subdivision, whatever it is you want to call it, they live in, they opened the pool Mother's Day weekend. So everybody in the house went down there to the pool so that the great grandbaby could get some exercise and, you know, work out some of that busyness that them littles do, and left Mama at the house by herself. She said, and it was so nice. The house was so quiet. She said, and I don't realize how much I missed it. Hey Sheila, how you doing, darling? How you doing? I am going back over it again because some of it's darker than the other, and the darker it gets, the better I like it. So we just darkening it up. We got one more edge here. When we're done with that part, we still got to build a bow. We're going to do a bow. We're going to add some greenery. You see that right there where that hole was? You can't even tell there's a hole there now because the drop cloth kind of covered it up some. So now I'm going to just take my brush and just gently rub over it in a couple areas and just add a little bit more color to the drop cloth. Just kind of very lightly. We got that one spot that got a little heavy-handed, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes wax does what it wants to do, not what you always want it to do, right? So there we go. Okay. Now we got to do the edges on our print. Just going around and around. Where she stops, nobody knows. And that all blends it in real nice. Blends it all in real nice. Yep. There we go. There we go. Just so that one dark spot didn't look so off. We added some more dark spots, right? I love your name, Tricia. Faded Fence. I love that name. I do. Okay, let's move that over here. Get that out of the way. I think we're done with that. And it's been a wonderful event. So that's what we got. What y'all think? What y'all think? I like it. I do. And it just reminds me so much of, you know, the things that we used to take for granted. You know, in the old cheese boxes. And I thought about doing it on the inside, like that. But then I thought, well, you know what? If I do it like this, then it already has a lip to hang it. And you don't have to put a hanger on it, right? It already has a lip on it. So that way you don't have to put a hanger on it. In fact, I even have this little wooden peach that I haven't finished. I just kind of painted it with orange sherbet, the apple barrel, and I thought about putting it on here as well for a Georgia peach, right? But I haven't decided on that yet. Haven't really decided on that. So we're gonna set this over here to the side, and we're gonna build us a bow. So what y'all think about the peach? You think we should do the peach and age it up and paint it some more and all the things, or just leave it without the peach? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me, and I do what y'all tell me to do. Yeah. And I can't get enough water. And I know it's because of the procedure that I had to have. And I asked somebody, I said, why is it when you say you have to have a colonoscopy, a lot of people automatically think that you've got cancer? No, because I'm at that age that you're supposed to have one done for preventative right? So I'm just doing what I'm told to do, being a good girl. Because if I had my choice about it, I wouldn't do it. Dorothy says, no peach. Okay. Okay. We got no peach. No peach. That is fine. We'll do a no peach. So we're going to put our twine in there. We're going to put our twine. And I've got me some fabric strips here. And this is coffee stained muslin that I just, it was just a piece of muslin that I coffee stained it. But now what, no peach. Okay, we got two no peaches. No peach. But anyway, I just coffee stained it, but it was the coffee stain that is a coffee podge, so it's got Mod Podge in it, so it's stiffened up the fabric, which is good because when you're doing a bow, you don't want all your fabric to be so floppy that your bow just kind of hangs there. You want it to stand up a little bit. So using the coffee podge on this helped a lot, I believe. I believe it did. And I'm going to cut this in half because I believe it's too long. I'm going to chop it in half. Chop it in half. So we're going to use, and I've got this one here, and this has got the browns and the kind of a mustardy yellow, and then the cream color in it, and then we have the green and white check. And these are all homespun, and I've got them all from the Hoblob. The Hoblob, our favorite place to be. It usually is. Okay, and I'm going to start it off with this one here. Now, I don't think I want real long tails, so we're just going to do kind of a simple bow. Simple bow, you know, sometimes simple is best, right? Sometimes simple is best. So what's y'all's weather like today where you're at? What's y'all's weather like? It is very sunshiny. We did get, over the weekend, we got 3 3.75 inches of rain, which we were so thankful. So thankful because we have been so dry. So dry. My grass was burning up. My trees were looking kind of pitiful looking, you know, because they wasn't getting no water, except for what we had been watering them. But it's funny how when you have a thunderstorm, how much greener everything gets when it storms. When, you know, you get some real thunder and lightning, because lightning. That's a cute gadget. It's called a Bodabra. It's called a Bodabra. It's called a Bodabra. It just helps you keep your bow in line, because some people, it's hard for them to be able to hold a bow to put it together, because you know old Arthur is mean to us like that, and it's hard to sometimes hold on to the thing that you need to do. So somebody came up with this kind of idea. We're going to make us a little stand so that they can make bows and don't have to worry about it hurting their hands, right? Let's see. I'll pull you up and cut you off too. And I'll probably put these pieces right back in it. In fact, I will. Put that one back in there. I'm going to stick that one in there too. Don't need it, so we're going to put it back in the bow. We're going to put it back in the bow. Now I'm going to take this green one. We're going to do the same thing. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, thank you. It's really overcast, rainy and overcast. Well, they said we might get an evening thunderstorm tonight, but that's par for the course with South Georgia. Once the weather gets really hot, and right now it's 86, I believe. I don't want to hear that. It's 85. It's 85 right now here in South Georgia. And it is really, really humid. And usually when the temperatures get up there in the mid 80s, and by the end of the week, we're going to be in the 90s. So, and that is sure enough signs of summer is on its way. Ready or not, here it comes. And it when the hot weather comes, and it's because it's so humid, we end up getting a lot of evening thunderstorms, which is okay. You know, it cools it off for a little bit, but then it gets right back just as hot as it was, if not hotter, because now there's steam coming out of the ground. It's perfect there today. Awesome. Yeah, the sun is shining. It's pretty out, but it is really humid out there today. So I don't know if we're gonna get another rainstorm or not, but it'll be okay if it does, because we can use the rain. The farmers will not complain at all. They will not. Okay, we're gonna add this one last piece here. Get her done. Get out of there, string. Get that little wild one right there. Little wild one. But it'd be okay if we get the rain. We need it. We can't. We're still in a deficit on the rain, so it'll be all right if we get rain. It will be okay. It will be okay. You know, God always knows exactly what we need and when we need it. He sure does. He takes care of all that stuff. All that stuff. He knows that it's time for the farmers to be planting and all the things. In fact, it's been so dry that several farmers haven't even plowed their fields or got them ready to plant. That's how dry it's been. They were just like, there's no sense in us trying to do anything when there's no water. You know, nothing's going to grow. We'll be wasting our money. Well, since we've had this rain over the weekend, they've been herring up them fields and getting them ready now. Hey, Tammy Hall, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for sharing me out, sweet friend. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, Debbie Green. Yes, I sure did, Debbie. I did. It was even better once I got over the nausea from my procedure of a colonoscopy. But you know, it's one of those things that we have to do when we get older. You know, and especially since I lost my dad due to colon cancer. I need to make sure that, you know, I get those done when they're supposed to be done, because it's a preventative, you know. And if he had done his like he should have, he may not have be gone now, because that's what ended up taking him, was the colon cancer, when they thought they got it all and they did not. And unfortunately, and I firmly believe this, when they go to cutting on you and they say, oh, we got it all, you know, and then all of a sudden it shows back up with vengeance, and it's a lot worse. You know, they say that when you add oxygen to those kind of things, it causes it to grow. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not good. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I just go by what the things that I've seen in the past, you know, and how things work. And it's a sad affair. It is, and I hate it. I hate cancer. I hate it. Truly do, because it's taken so many good people. So many good people. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's the back. So let me snip here, because it's a little bit uneven. Some all right, get that back down here. Get back down there like you're supposed to be. All right, throw them in the garbage can, in the garbage. And now we're going to shake the snot out of it. Hey, Kelly, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? And now we're going to shake the snot out of it. Make it get even a little more pizzazz in it. A little more pizzazz. So, again, up after me is Miss Joyce with J&J Creations by J&J. She does a lot of Chocator stencil stuff, which I've got the stuff to do it, but I don't have the patience. And you have to have patience with that kind of stuff, because if you get out of the lines and then you mess up and all the things, then you got to start all over. But it's all fixable. It's all fixable, and and I'm losing my patience with this bow. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, thank you. You're not the greatest bow maker. Well, neither am I. Neither am I. Like I said, I'm losing my patience with this bow. It's wanting to do what it wants to do. But I'm not going to let it win. I'm not. We got to cut that in. Okay, now, put this out of the way. Put that over there. Get it out of the way. Let's bring our sign back. And some of these strings, that's the only bad thing about using fabric, is you end up with all these strings. But it's okay. Okay. And I think we're going to put it down here so that we don't lose our words that are right there. String alert, string alert. And the other thing is with the bows, your fabric, if you pull them too tight, sometimes your loops don't do nothing that you want them to do. They do just what they want to do. Hey, Allison, how you doing, beautiful? Are you done for the day? You get them kiddos home, girl. You get them kiddos all home, back to their destination. Okay. All right. I'm liking that bow with that. I do. Okay, now we got the hot glue on. And I've got some greenery. I got some of the greenberry bush is what they call it. And I got mine from, because they no longer sell it at the Hobby Lobby. I got mine from Factory Direct. Factory Direct. So I am going to put some on this side, two of the big pieces. And you can manipulate it and twist it around and get it how you like it. And bend it and all the things. Just got off the bus. Hey, Jody Phillips, how you doing, sweetie? You love the bow? Thank you, Allison. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're going to put some greenberry bush on here. So let's get the hot glue rolling. Let's get it rolling. Get the hot glue rolling. Get back down in there. Alright, now you want to be persnickety, but guess what? Ha ha. So sometimes you gotta let your craft know who's boss, right? Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes you just gotta let them jokers know, wait a minute, I'm the boss of this project and you're not. Sometimes it listens, sometimes it don't. And I'm going to stick another piece right there. And then we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to add it in as well. And we're going to gob it up with the glue. And a big old wad of glue right there. Big old wad of glue. And I like this greenberry bush for the green that's showing in the trees. It's about the same color. And like I said, it fascinates me of all the different shades of green that's out there. And I thought I was going to be done way too early, and we just about did it perfect timing. That don't happen very often. We need to write that down on the calendar, don't we? We need to put that on the calendar. Put that on the calendar. You finished when you were on time. This one little piece right here is wanting to do what it wants to do. So let me just hold this down for just a minute, and then I'll pick it up and let y'all see. And I don't know that I'm going to put anything inside the bow, because it's busy enough with its own. It's busy as it is. We don't want it so busy that you can't tell that that's what it's supposed to be, you know? If you catch what I'm throwing, you're catching what I'm throwing. Okay, we're just gonna hold that down for just a second. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you for having me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all are wonderful. I thank you for being supportive and praying for Miss Karen and all the things. I love y'all. I do. I truly say that from the bottom of my heart. Y'all mean a lot to me. When I've got things that are not going as they should, and being able to talk to you about, like, my daughter and all that stuff, and then y'all are in prayer for me, and it just blesses my heart. So this is my project, y'all, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you for including me in on this adventure, this journey. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all mean the world to me. Y'all make sure that you go over and see Miss Joyce and give her the same kind of love that you gave me. Like I said, we still got Miss Joyce, we got Miss Mary, we still got Trisha, Allison, and then Tish. So we still got several more to watch. I'll be watching in the comments, but now I got to go in the house and make some supper, because my husband will be home directly. But this is my project, and I thank y'all for having me, and I love the theme. What's in your cabinet? What's in your cupboard? What's in your cupboard? And like I said, you can get this print on Michelle's Crafty Crafts page. Go in there and then look at her photos, and she's got all the prints that she's been doing, and they're all free. They're all free. You just save that picture, and then when you want it, you printed it out. And she's got all the states, and they're all got a little different something to it. And I really like this. I'm really liking it. So y'all have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves, and remember, God loves you, and you are never alone. You are never alone. He's always there with you. So thank you so much. I'll catch y'all. Let's see. I don't know when I'm on again. I don't know. I have to look at my calendar. I love y'all. Bye for now.